Hey everyone, Legend here. Good morning from Zoo Atlanta. The whole reason we're making this trip to Atlanta is to go to Zoo Atlanta because they have baby pandas and a whole bunch of other animals too, but we're mostly here for the baby pandas. We're going to show you around, show you what's good here at Zoo Atlanta. Guys, and here they are, the stars of the show. You've got the zoo's two 10-month-old Baby Panda Cubs. Can't see him as much with the glass, but they are the most cutest little roly-poly things ever. They're so adorable. Look at them. Look at that face. It's really cool. I mean, it's so rare that you get to see pandas in any zoo. There's only 4 zoos in the country that have them. So getting to see pandas is a real treat. And then getting to see baby pandas on top of that is really something that's incredibly rare. So this was the main reason of our trip, and it's living up. The cuteness level is it's off the charts. You just want to hug them.
Yeah, she was eating. You can see where she's eating.
He's going to do some more eating probably.
She just fell asleep, so she'll probably be asleep for the rest of the day.
This is the best. So I know cutest thing ever gets thrown around a lot, but the Baby Panda Cubs might be the cutest thing ever. Both of them are up and moving around. Mom's over here moving around. You got to see them play and climb and do all sorts of stuff. They walk right up to the glass here, and it's just the best. And here is the last Baby Panda shot. So you can see them all together in one happy panda family. It is absolutely the best. I know we're putting this as the first part of the video, but this is actually the last part of the video. This is the last thing we're doing before we went home. We would sort of wait around all day for them to wake up, and they wake up, and they are so darn cute. Oh no! My time to drink. Thinking of adorable things, here's Daddy Panda eating.
They turned 10 months old on Monday.
I love how he's eating. He's eating when he sits up like that. It's so cool. Now look at him. He's eating bamboo.
Yeah.
And another adorable pose. This guy, he's got the posing down pretty good. Here are the Malayan sunbears. Molly, this is one of your favorite animals at the zoo, right?
It is.
He's kind of like very lazily eating on his tummy. And his buddy over there is sleeping. I do like this zoo because this part of the zoo, the Asian section, it's interesting because they exist on a lot of like boardwalk type things, and you could view the animals from all different levels. So we're watching the sunbears from up here. They also have viewing from the sunbears all the way down there. And then there's another viewing platform over there, so you can see the animals from a lot of different angles, which is good in case they're sleeping or in one spot. It's nice having a lot of places to view. So you can come up here and see him chewing, even though you can't see his eyes. Back over here at the sunbears, and it's really cool. He's playing with a log, and then there's another one over here that's sort of hibernating in his bear hole. But this guy, he digs into this log with his little paws, plays with stuff. Over here, cooling off in the water, is the zoo's Sumatran tiger, and they actually have a pretty good size of their tigers here, and he is cooling off, and I can't blame him because it's quite warm here.
No, you're fine.
Aww.
I just wanted to say,
I wish we could be in the...
This is awesome. Look at the size of this African elephant. It is ridiculously gigantic. A really neat exhibit here in the African plains section where we got some giant ostriches, a couple of very, very tall giraffes, and then all the way on the other side, I sneeze, and then there's some zebras.
Giraffes are in this.
I think this is an adorable sign. Help us feed our animals by feeding this friendly giraffe your spare change. I don't have any spare change, or else I would do it. That's really cute. Here's the zoo's gorilla habitat. And the gorilla habitat is actually really, really nice. It's gigantic. There are tons and tons of gorillas back here.
There's 4 habitats together.
Yeah, 4 of them all together. It's just nuts. And it's really nice. These gorillas have tons of room. A lot of them have signs too, like this is the bachelor habitat, and these are the names and ages of the gorillas. But the gorilla habitat here is very, very nice. I do love when zoos do this. They got a tribute here to Willie B, who was a gorilla at the zoo for 42 years. They got a statue over there you can climb on. And they have a gorilla, part of the gorilla exhibit is named after him, the indoor park, which is nice and air conditioned on this very hot Atlanta day. So it's a very different type of animal. These are tanukis from Eastern Asia. One of them's covered in hay. Look kind of like raccoon type animals. Can't say I've ever seen one of these before. A double wattled casa, what is it, cassowary?
Cassowary.
Cassowary. A very colorful, giant looking bird. I mean, he's probably good.
Largest bird.
I gotta believe it. I mean, he's like 3 or 4 feet tall. With giant feet. He must be like a relative to like the emus and the ostriches, I would assume. And he's wandering
Yeah,
away.
they're from Australia.
I love otters, and this zoo's home to giant otters, which are not one you see in a lot of zoos. And he disappeared under the water. I don't know where to go. Found him again. These guys are cool. Way bigger than normally when you see like this Asian small colored otters or things like that. For the North American. New at the zoo, they have an RCI ropes course called the Treetop Trail, complete with the zip line, which is cool. I like when they have the zip line flipping. There's goes somebody on that. Not the most scenic ropes courses, and only 2 levels, but if you haven't been on one of these before, they do have a good time. The red panda is asleep in its little red panda home. What I think is really interesting is that they let the red panda decide if it wants to go inside or outside, depending on whatever it's in the mood for. So I think that's really neat. But it's the cutest animal, some of the cutest animals at the zoo, but unfortunately it's asleep. Guys, I just love this sign here. Safety Red Panda says, stay on the path. Thank you. We just stepped inside this slimy, scaly spectacular, which is the zoo's reptile and amphibian house. Relatively new, I think it's opened like 2 or 3 years ago, and it's very nice. I really do enjoy this exhibit. Very, very modern for a zoo that does not have a whole lot of modern exhibits. And a lot of technological stuff, right? A lot of tablets to tell you all sorts of things about the animals. So, very, very nice exhibit. And look at this guy crawling through the water. What are you? Check out the chameleon. Very cool. Blended in. The milk frog is really cool. Look at his paws or feet. Not really sure what you call them, but they're really cool. Big fan of any zoo aquarium that has the alligator snapping turtles. To me, they just look like dinosaurs. And those animals are so neat. Snake-necked turtles are really cool animals. They look like something that you would find in Dr. Zeus or Star Wars or something. It doesn't look like something that's real, but they are indeed real. Check out the green basilisk. This thing looks like if a dinosaur and a dragon had a baby. Got a grouping of sleeping bearded lizards. I will say, if you're a turtle fan, the Atlanta Zoo has more turtles than any zoo I've ever seen anywhere. And these guys are cute because they're tiny. See, there's my hand, and that's the turtle. And a lot of these little turtles. Hey guys, hi little turtles. Zoo Atlanta is home to a giant orangutan exhibit, and this is just a half of it, but they are all the way in the back, so you don't get a real good view of them. But it's nice for the animals. They have such a big old enclosure to play in. And this is only half of it. There's another half over there. There's a train ride for kids, so if you got little kids that like trains, you can take them for a ride. Not really a super scenic train ride, so if you don't have kids, probably something you could skip. But they do have a train ride. I like this. It's the zoo's tamarin exhibit. So you've got a golden lion tamarin running around inside like crazy. But the cool thing is they have these windows open here, so if the tamarins want to, they can come outside. See, like this guy, he's outside.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Which I think is a really kind of neat exhibit design. Also for your pathways here, you look up and you're like, oh wow, what's that? Now everybody's outside. Guys, I love this. Pandemonium Crunch Dippin' Dots. Here's some red kangaroos from Australia. They're just sort of lounging around being lazy right now. Not doing fun kangaroo stuff. I guess this guy's eating. They've got a nene goose, which are a state bird of Hawaii, isn't it, Molly?
Yes, it is.
And they're awesome. So I like this quite a bit. They have pigs in their petting zoo. So this guy here, I can just wander right up to him and give him a nice little pet. That's him saying hello. Oh, time for a pig nap. The zoo's home to a carousel, and it's kind of a neat carousel because they do have all different kinds of animals on there. I love the trio of pandas walking along. There's that weird bird. You've got, oh man, like a warthog type guy and a rhino. A very, very different carousel. Oh, see, and it's kind of cool. If you look up ahead, you see the name of the animal you're riding on. Very, very pretty bald eagle. Check that guy out. Awesome. America. Over there posing like a champ with the bald eagle. But then over here, in his tiny little window, is the poor, ugly, hooded vulture, just looking for attention. Here in the African section, there's a warthog, and it might be the biggest warthog I've ever seen. Very, very large. There's also another one hanging out here. If you wanted an up-close butt-tail shot, there it is. The meerkats are sleepy, which is weird. Normally those animals are very, very playful. Also, I love that the Zoo Atlanta goes like full Lion King, as the meerkats are right next to the warthogs. Interesting sign here. It talks about how they don't have rhinos right now, as of, according to the Rhino Species Survival Plan. So they've been recommended to move to other zoos. But don't worry, the rhinos will be back in a brand new exhibit coming in 2019 called Grand New View. Kind of neat. A couple of extra activities for kids here with a rock wall and a big old slide. They've got a bird show, so if you're into bird shows, you can check that out. Here's a blue crane, which is a really pretty bird. Look at that. Very neat habitat here for a couple different species of monkeys. You see them playing around. There's drills, there's guineans, I think. A little monkey too. I do like this. It seems like one of the I don't think it's a newer exhibit, but it's very large and seems to be very well kept. Ooh, that little guy. He's working his climbing. Anyway, Molly, you have a lot of experience with this whole exhibit, right?
Yep. AP high school psychology class. I had to observe these guys for 3 hours, writing a paper about their habitat.
And what was the conclusion of this paper?
They have no, well, they only eat, sleep, poop, and play.
All right, there we go, Dr. Molly. Still on the same boardwalk here, you get a really great look at these guys. So this is cool. When you get in the zoo, there's the quarters for conservation, where you get to pick which kind of animal your quarter goes to. I am going to vote for the tigers.
Unfortunately,
myself.
Africa's vulture populations are crashing quickly.
So there we go. I voted for the tigers.
Some species declining as much as 80%.
That big ball of fur is that's a sloth. You've got a couple of sloths. 1, 2, and over there is 3, but they're all sleeping. This is so cool. This bird, it's got a mouse, and it's just wandering around showing the people the mouse. It seems very proud of that mouse.
They are, though.
Here's the binturong, or bearcat, which you can't see his adorable little face, unfortunately. And that will do it for our time here at Zoo Atlanta. I mean, it goes without saying, the highlight is by far the Baby Panda Cubs. You know, we watched them for probably a half an hour, watching them play and watching them eat, and it was the cutest thing ever. absolutely 100% adorable. So if you're watching this and you can get here anytime within the next couple of months when these guys are still going to be young and super cute, that's worth it. And even if you can't, it is still, getting to see pandas is so neat and such a treat that I do recommend it. I will say, outside of the pandas, the zoo does have a couple highlights. I love seeing the African elephants. A lot of zoos don't have African elephants, and getting to be up close with one of those was really cool. They've got a great reptile house. Other things I do like, they have a very large gorilla exhibit as well.
And the sun bears.
Sun bears, giant otters. Now, one thing I will say, unfortunately, on the negative side, they have a ton of exhibits with no animals in them, and it just says like animals off exhibit. And I understand that things happen or whatnot, but it felt like, you know, probably about 15% of the exhibits had a sign that said animals off exhibit. And that's a bit of a bummer.
And they had a lot of turtles.
A lot of turtles, yes, a lot of turtles. For me, we've been to a lot of the zoos in the country, and I don't put Atlanta, probably, it might be towards the bottom half of my top 10, if it even makes the top 10. It's definitely not my favorite zoo. The big benefit is that it does have the giant pandas. So that does, without the pandas, it would be not even in conversation for top 10, top 15. But the pandas, you know, especially right now, because they're the cutest things ever. Molly, what are your final thoughts on the zoo here?
I like the African area, like with the zebras, giraffes.
Yeah, that was
That's
cool.
really cool. How you can feed them and they can wander up really close to you. Definitely baby pandas, highlight.
No
I would come
penguins.
here.
No penguins.
No penguins.
The greatest animal in all of time
Yeah.
and space, the penguin. They do not have.
But the tigers, I love how you can see different levels of everything.
Yeah, the way they did their Asian exhibits was neat with the multi-leveled stuff.
Overall, it's not one of the best zoos, but it has a
It's got its moments.
yeah.
All right, guys, you have any questions or comments about Zoo Atlanta? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.